All right. Let me make sure that the sound is good. Testing. All right, sound is good. We're gonna get started here momentarily. Maybe wait a few more seconds for people to join. Let me get set up here. And Bitcoin had a nice pump today, so that is awesome. Yeah, I was at work today, and I just looked at my phone after about an hour or two and saw Bitcoin was at 41K, and then just kept going up from there, so I was really happy. I think the previous time I looked at it, it was around $39,000. So I was pretty happy when it went to $41,000 and kept going up. So that's how, right now Bitcoin is currently at $43,363. It looks like the recent high was $44,328 or about that, according to the Coinbase chart on the daily candle close. Also, as of right now, we are in a new month for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So right now, technically, we're in March. And right now, where we're getting stopped at, or resistance, is where I had the 236 fib at, is at 43.1. The next target I have, if we get through 43.1, would be the 382 fib, which is currently at $47,860. That's where I have it. Officially, I have the 236 fib where we're getting stopped at right now at $43,110, pretty much. So that's really where we are right now. So if we can get above and stay above $43,100, the next target, at least according to the fibs, would be $47,666. So that's really the next target to the upside. Otherwise, if you were to go back down, you do have support at $40,000. Let me go see how the MACD is looking for Bitcoin. 1 hour chart is probably topping out short term. The 4 hour chart has more room to go up. The 6 hour chart probably has more room to go up. The smaller time frames might need to correct before we get another rally. Really, we could honestly go up to $46,000 to $47,000 before we get another slowdown, because a higher high would be, I think, $47,000, and that would be really bullish. So that's probably where we go before we get another major pullback. MACD on the daily chart also has more room to go. So I think short term you could get a pullback, maybe down to 43K or something like that. $42,000, I should say, because you're at 43K almost now. And then from there, I would expect another move up to 47K before we get a major pullback, maybe, which would take us back down to 42K or 40K before then that'd be a higher low, which that's what I'm hoping for long term. So I don't know where my I'm going to get the God fans back on here. I don't know why they went away, but okay. So, yeah. If you guys have any requests, let me know. Alright. So, right now, the 15-minute chart for Bitcoin is topping out. That's why I do think 42K is probably on the table, maybe even 40K. But I don't see us going below 40K before we continue higher. Even the 1 hour chart is topping out. So 40K is probably going to be on the table for Bitcoin. I don't see us closing daily candle below 40K. I do think long term we're going to see 46 to 47K before we get a major pullback. Let's go look at JASMY and make sure that. All right, so JASMY right now is currently at 1.8 cents. I still think 1 cent to 1.1 cents is on the table unless Bitcoin just keeps going up to 47K. That is very possible, but I do think we're going to get a pullback, and I would not be surprised if JASMY still hits a penny. I'm still sticking to that. If it doesn't happen, so be it. But at a penny, I'd be interested, especially Bitcoin's above 36.2. And the next target to the upside that for me to think that the bottom is in is a daily candle close above 3.4 cents on JASMY. The MACD as well. Let's go to the 1 hour chart. MACD on the 1 hour chart is just kind of going sideways. The 4 hour chart is it's going sideways as well. The 6 hour chart is trying to go up a little bit. The 12 hour chart is trying to go up as well. But that's probably because Bitcoin is pushing up and the daily chart is trying to go up as well. The 3-day chart actually looks good. That's about to turn bullish as well. So I think we're close to a bottom on JASMY, but I still think a penny is very possible, which would still be quite a big drop from here. So I'm making 10K a month off drip. Love it. That's awesome, man. Let me go see how that chart looks. Actually, that's going to be on. Okay. Is that on Ethereum or is that on the Binance? Oh, it's on Binance, I think. Okay. That's awesome. So let me go. I'm going to quickly go over ElonOne. Gosh. I'm going to quickly go over ElonOne. And if you guys have any requests, let me know. Right now it's at 11, basically, with the last move up on Bitcoin. It really didn't go up very much. When Ethereum goes up, this coin goes up because it's paired to Ethereum. I still think it's going to keep going lower until they launch. As I said, now it's going to be the end of this first quarter when they launch. Who knows if that's actually going to happen because it's been delayed so long. So I think until they launch, the price keeps going down. But I think when it does launch, ElonOne is going to moonshot. So that's kind of a quick update on that. The volume is pretty low at 8,000, but I still like it long term. I'm just waiting for the launch because I know then it's probably going to go parabolic because it's going to compete with OpenSea and all that good stuff. And also, the guy that created ElonOne, he was a former dev of UFO coin and Shibcoin. So I'll just say that right now. That's another reason I'm bullish. Let me know if you guys have any requests. I'm going to make it a little bit brighter in here. It's on BSC net. You gotta do research on it. 1% interest a day. You can compound or cash out. I try to do that with VVS. That's on Ethereum, I think. But I did that through Crypto.com coin, and that coin just tanked. So, those coins are risky, but they can also pay out a lot if the price stays flat or goes up a little bit. You can make a lot of money getting into staking coins. So, props to you. Speaking of VVS, let me go check the price on that, which I'm going to do from... Also, the Fear and Greed Index is at 51. Yesterday, it was at 20. So we went from extreme fear all the way up to neutral now. So I still think there's a lot more room you could go up because you're not in greed yet. But I do think, there's going to be some small pullback in the price of Bitcoin, partly due to that, partly due because we went up so fast and the smaller time frames need to cool off. But now the Fear and Greed Index is at 51, and that update next time that updates is in 23 hours, I think. What else do I want to look at? Oh, VVS. All right. Yep. Well, right now VVS is up to 30.28, so that's a decent bounce. I think the recent low was 28.13, so that's actually not much of a bounce. Let me go to the daily chart. Yeah, the chart looks horrible. The lowest it really was 2,300 pretty much, and now you're at 33,000 basically. So it's a decent bounce, but VVS is... It's just making lower lows and lower highs. The chart looks really, really bad. So, but that's the coin I'm still in. I only put a few $100 in, but now I think it's worth like 100. Yeah, if you guys have any other requests, let me know. Otherwise, I guess that's kind of it. I do think... to say what I just said on Bitcoin, though, I do think probably you see 40 to 41K. Then I expect another bounce off 40 to 41K, probably for a higher high on the daily time frame. The last high was $45,800 basically. So at 46 to 47K would be my target for a higher high, and then I expect a higher low, probably around 40K. Before then, I would expect to move up to $50,000. So that's a long-term time frame on what I think Bitcoin is doing. I think on the daily chart, 3-day chart, and weekly, well, not weekly, but daily chart and 3-day chart, you're in a major uptrend. The recent bottom was $33,000. Then you had to move up to 45,800. Then you had to move down to 34,300. That was the other day when everything capitulated, and now you've had a really nice bounce off that low. And I think if their war in Ukraine wasn't going on, then I don't think we would have had that capitulation low down to 34.5. But you got the nice bounce off of that, and now we're slowly moving higher. Although short term, like I said, I think you're probably going to see 40K before we get another strong bounce on Bitcoin. But long term, I really think we're in an uptrend still, and I still think 100K for this year is very possible. So we'll see how it goes, though. Green candles tomorrow. I think red candles for Bitcoin because, like I said, I think it needs to move to 40 to 41K before we go lower. I have a small buy-in at 41K just for fun, just to see if I can make money trading before I put some big bucks in. But 41K is kind of where my buy-in is, but I would not be surprised if Bitcoin went down to $40,000. But yeah, I think next, I think next week is definitely going to be green, depending on how fast it corrects and gets a bounce. It could even be end of this week that we start going back up again if we see 40K tomorrow, which I think is possible. But that's kind of how I'm looking at it. I don't think Bitcoin's going to really get another nice rally until 40K gets hit or 41K. But, you know, long term, I think I'm bullish for March, so we'll see how March goes. And after March, you know, that's a long ways away, so I'm not going to predict too far out in the future. But I still expect by the end of this year, new all-time highs. 70 to 100K, maybe 140K with a blow-off top. I hope a blow-off top happens this year because then it's easier to know that the top is in because we never got one last year. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, if you guys have any requests, let me know. Otherwise, that's kind of my quick rundown on crypto and Bitcoin. Otherwise, next time we will be live will be Friday, 8 p.m. Central Time. So, yeah. With that being said, I'm going to end the YouTube live stream. Thanks, guys, for joining. If you guys are new, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe button on your way out. And I'll be live next week, or later this week, Friday, 8 p.m. Central Time. Hope to see you guys there. All right.